Hi, Mr. Garfield. Today we're having an episode on the Rasel Show. So the topic which is the effect of the pandemic on sports. So guys, today we have like Mr. Garfield Richard, which is a basketball coach, life coach, and a trainer. He's been doing an amazing job in the community. And so we're gonna get to the today's topic. So before we get to it, Mr. Garfield gonna tell him that who he is, how he helped others in the community, what he's been up to nowadays, and then we can dive into our topic. So, Mr. Garfield, can you tell us our audience who you are and what you've been doing?
Okay. First of all, thanks for having me
You're
um,
welcome.
on your podcast.
Yeah.
As earlier introduced, my name is Garfield Richards. Uh, Guy that came from Jamaica to the States. It's a long journey coming from Jamaica to the States. So currently I'm a basketball coach, basketball trainer. I've been doing it for almost 25 years.
Mhm.
Um, Also include life coaching, which I've been doing that for about 15, over a little bit over 15 years. So I do, I train junior high, high school, college professional players. Um, so my goal and our goal is to make sure that all our kids achieve their goals on and off the court. So all my kids are going to college. They definitely go to college, and once you come in my program, you're going to go to college. There's no ifs or buts about it.
Right.
So we teach sports and we also help with academics. Um,
Mhm.
so that's what we consider success, where you put in hard work and you see what how it pays off. But we can't just talk. We have to help these
Yeah.
kids or help these players succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, you are doing an amazing job for the community and the young kids, and that's a great thing. Obviously, getting off them roads and having some mission and vision, isn't it? So, but when did you move to States? How long you been in US?
Well, I came in a basketball scholarship in 1993.
Right. It's been a long time, isn't it?
Um, right. So
Yeah.
I came in a basketball scholarship 1993. Um, you know, um, so I've been here ever since.
Hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna get right into today's topic. So you chose the topic you wanna talk about, which you saw like impact happening on the COVID-19, which is the effect of the pandemic on the sports. Because a lot of us, even though myself, I play badminton, we've been out of like nearly 2 years out of court and things like that. So a lot of people and mentally, physically, emotionally, couldn't get connected. So, which is like you're passionate about your coach, your athlete. So you know like how much it's been affected yourself and your community and the people you train. So, what's in your thought? Shall we get right deep into it and see how is it affected your team and yourself in the pandemic? Or how you been up to when the pandemic and lockdown?
Well, the pandemic itself is traumatic.
Yeah,
A lot of people lost their lives. A
yeah,
lot of family members lost their jobs. Just lost self of hope.
yeah.
Um, so it's our job to lean on each other, and
Hmm.
we're here anyway to edify and uplift each other.
Yeah.
So we have to help each other up. As mentors, we put in a role to be mentors, coaches, trainers, teachers, counselors.
Hmm.
Um, we have to be able to be there for people.
Yeah.
Um, so the pandemic really affect these athletes, because like especially in high school, everything was shut down, so they won't, like a lot of seniors that
Yeah.
looking forward to going to college, didn't have a chance to play their last year of high school, so a lot of college coaches didn't get to see them.
Hmm.
um, so a lot of people are worried about in terms of how am I going to get recruited, how am I going to get seen, how am I going to go to college, what's my next step. um, it also affect other people in terms of losing hope, and okay, this is not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of players based on
Right.
that, because the pandemic, shows open a lot of people's eyes and shows a lot of character.
Yeah.
Some people is too much for them.
Mhm.
It's overwhelming. So some people quit the sport that they love for years.
Yeah, and they lost the vision, isn't it? Like, they
Yes.
had a mindset and a goal, and everything all over the place. Probably they lost their job, or they're probably doing something else, and everything chaotic. Time, like lost
Right.
family members, probably. Do
Right.
you
So
think that affected?
yeah, it's difficult, and like I said, I lost some players lost them in terms of not wanting to play the sport anymore. These are talented players that gave up.
Yeah.
And we can't really blame them, or if that's the way they want to channel they want to take a different channel and kind of open their eyes and say, okay, there's other opportunities
Hmm.
apart from sports.
Yeah.
But we if we set a goal, and the goal is to play college sports or to go to college, pandemic or not, you still have to stay focused on that goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And that's what I'm trying to instill on these my players and the people that I talk to, or people that I do life coaching with. You
Yeah.
know, there's going to be obstacles, so stay focused on that goal.
Yeah. So during the pandemic time on a lockdown, did you still stay in touch with your players? Did you motivate them, encourage them, like, when back to everything go back to normal, we have to hit hard and go practicing again? And
Well, what I do is I do a lot of home videos, or whenever I have a chance to be in a rec center, or on the court, I try to
yeah.
do a lot of drills to motivate them. Without the basket. So, or this goes for not necessarily basketball, but for sports in general. That
Yeah.
I'm out in the field, the athletic field, doing drills, doing stuff you can do at home, so you can keep motivated. You can still stay in shape. So I
Mhm.
do videos and I send to them, and I also do FaceTime with them every day. To
Right.
talk, to try to encourage them. We encourage each other. Because I helping them just as well as they helping me.
Yeah.
Um, so I try to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
So I stay motivated, and I send a lot of athletic videos and training videos.
Yeah, that's great thing. So do you think it's been impacted on your current moment? Because obviously you guys back on the court and everything, playing and practicing right now. So during the lockdown time, like, how you did a video calls and things like that motivated your team. Do you see the impact right now? Like, they're motivated, they're putting a lot of hard work on it, their mindset on a point, or do you think like, they're
Well,
losing themselves?
well, I helped a lot of people, as well as I lost a lot of people from
Yeah.
this. You know, I tried, but I didn't reach them.
Mhm.
So it wasn't entirely a complete success. But
Yeah.
if you can motivate one person, that's a success in itself. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
like I said, the pandemic affect people differently.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
everyone have to like take control of their own life, isn't it? Like, you and I can tell them, motivate them, inspire them, but end of the day, if they don't take any action, if they have the mindset of winning or doing something big with their life, then obviously, really, we can't do anything.
right.
Isn't the message? Yeah,
But we can't stop. We have to still
yeah,
motivate. Regardless of someone make a decision, hey, this is not for me anymore. You still want to motivate. You still want to encourage them,
yeah,
because we are here to edify and uplift each other. And
yeah.
there's other aspects of our lives that we still, just because they don't play sport and they no longer want you to coach them or anything, you
Mhm.
still have impact in their lives somewhat. So you try to be there for them in every aspect of life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So right now we are kind of over the pandemic. Everything seems to be like getting normal, back to normal. So you guys practicing. So how are you taking your coaching on the next level? What are you telling them, boys, your new players? How you motivate them, inspire them, have them vision and goals?
Well, now because a year was taken off from us. Now
Yeah,
we in a recovery stage, so we have a
yeah,
lot of catching up to do in
yeah,
terms of where we should have been as compared to where we are now. So it's a lot of catching up, mentally, physically, emotionally, and the goals. Now we have to make the goals accelerate. So now at this point we're supposed to already be in school. Some people are not in school, so now we have to kind of accelerate the goals. So it's like a speeded process at this point. So the conversation is more intense now than it were before. Because there's some kind of urgency right now in terms of, hey, we need to achieve these goals, the short-term goals we need to achieve. So the conversation is a lot more intensified.
Yeah, definitely. And so what do you like to tell them, the young people? So we have like lots of audience between age than 16 to 25, probably they're athletes, and they're starting their career probably on a different career path. But obviously, we talk about mindset, growth, have a vision, positivity, things like that. Obviously, you're a life coach yourself. What do you think, like achieving a big success on their life, on doing something bigger and think outside of the box? What's the main thing would you recommend? Is like the talent they want to focus on their mindset, or what's your philosophy on that?
Well, for me, we set a goal, and we have a straight path to the goal. So there's gonna be obstacles in life, or obstacles that come at you all angles. If it means you have to step over the obstacle or crawl under the obstacle or go around to go back on the same path, you have to do that. So it never, no one ever says success is easy. And you go, I mean, it's so many obstacles, but the reward going to be so great. And after you achieve that success, whatever your goal is, whatever you consider success to be, after you look back and say, listen, these are all the stuff I went through to achieve this goal, you can also help others to see, hey, listen, you can't give up, especially not now when everyone is losing hope. A lot of people losing hope. A lot of people are losing the vision, because this tests your character. This pandemic tests your character. First sign of trouble, you're ready to quit, and we're trying to help you to build character. We're trying to help you to build character. Life in itself helps to build character. So you set the goal and you go achieve that goal regardless of what life throws at you. You might pause for a little bit, but then regroup and head out again. It's like you're running a marathon or you're training for a marathon and you stop for a second. But you're still trying to achieve that goal. So you stop for a second, pause, catch your breath, and then go. So if that's what you want to do in life, where you stop for a second, catch your breath, get a second win and go again. But we don't stop. We don't go away from our goals just because life hit us from all angles.
It's every time like the situation, new things gonna come up. Like right now is a pandemic, 3 to 5 years probably the next thing. Even though we're seeing like a lots of floods in everywhere in Europe and America, China, India, everywhere. So it's like one thing and another every time is gonna come up. So we have to stick to our path, our vision, our goal, and go over through it. Like you said, if it's not straightforward, we have to go sideways and hit the goal. So it's all having the same mindset and strong vision for achieving the goal.
And this is just the beginning. There's going to be a lot of more situations happen. It might even be worse. The pandemic comes, but there might be something else coming that's worse. So you never know. There's families, stuff that happen in your own family, in your own life. So it's just part of life, and and we just have to accept it and know that the goal never change. We still move forward.
Definitely.
We grieve, we mourn, we sad, and then but the goal never change.
So do you think like is the talent important or hard work is important for getting the success in any sports or athlete or even though any business careers? So is it talent matters or like do you think the hard work is all the way to go?
Well, we need to define what hard work is, because are we working harder? Are we working smarter? So
Yeah.
we can work hard but not smart.
Yeah.
So is someone running, like this,
Yeah.
and someone is pacing themselves, but
Hmm.
they're still, you doing like this and someone's pacing themselves and getting more
Yeah.
success than you. So
Yeah.
we have to define what hard work is. I always tell my players, work hard, work smart, and have fun.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people that work hard, but are you working smart?
Yeah. It's between like about having a balance, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
have
you
to have
have to have
balance.
the
Yeah.
rest.
You have to have balance. So of
Yeah.
course, talent is important. Hard
Yeah.
work is important. So you do hard work to achieve better talent. So
Hmm.
the harder you work, you got to achieve better talent. The smarter you work, along with hard
Yeah.
work, you achieve talent. There's some
Yeah.
people that's born with talent. There's some people like the moment you start comparing yourself with others, then that will affect you, because some
Hmm.
people are born with talent. Some people don't have to work hard as someone who's without talent. You know what I mean? There's some people that don't work hard and still can be so successful on the court or on athletic field.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing, is not to watch what other people is doing.
Yeah.
You work by your own goals. Um, so talent is very important, but you work harder, work smart, and the talent will definitely come.
Yeah. So like a lot of your students, like you mentioned, a lot of them quit, and some people are like going hard towards the. So it's everyone doing like a different things. So wherever those quit, and a lot of people in a lot of different industry, like they couldn't cope or probably go overwhelmed, like you mentioned. What do you tell them, like how to get started, what they need to do in order to go back on where they was and improve themselves and get a better version of themselves?
Well, the first thing you want to do is show support.
Hmm.
You don't want to stop, showing support because that person no longer is doing the stuff that you and them have been doing. You know what I mean? So you want to lend support regardless of their decision. And they see that, okay, this person supportive, even though I'm no longer doing the sport that we trained together with.
Yeah.
So you lend a support regardless, because at the end of the day, we're human beings first.
Yeah.
And we do have feelings, true genuine feelings. We do have emotions, and stuff do affect us differently. So we have to show support. Then after you show support, then the conversation happen. You listen. I still think you're very talented. I still think you can achieve these certain goals. um I'll be there for you regardless if you want to continue or not. Just want to let them know that we're still there for them. We
Yeah.
still try to encourage them to, because you don't want people to not use their talents. There's
Yeah.
people that's talented that, sometimes they need someone to take it out of them, to bring it out of them.
Yeah.
um
So
so
do
but
you recommend that them to have like a coach or like someone be accountable for their journey, or they do them themselves?
we all have to be accountable. We all have to take accountability for our own actions.
Mm.
And that's why it's good to not compare yourself with other people. You
Yeah.
and I start at the same time. You achieve, you achieve whatever goal. We both have the same goal. You achieve first. It's not you shouldn't be able to compare, because we all have different channels to success.
Yeah.
um but you know the goals, like I said, I still talk about the goals, and you have to stick with our goals.
Yeah.
um and we have to encourage each other. We have to encourage each other. That's very important.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people I see like you talk about goals all the time and hitting them goals, but people tend to have like a goals on their head, like I'm gonna be best player on a basketball or cricket or football, but they don't have any action plan written down or like any vision board or things like that. Do you recommend having a write down on a goal? Like I want to be doing an X amount of free throws, X amount of running, or any kind of like escaping by this week, have a set amount of daily routine. Do you recommend those things?
Well, every coach have a different philosophy and ideology in how they coach.
Yeah.
Some people like visual; they write it down and have vision.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those kind of coaches. I believe
Hmm.
everything should be here.
And the mind.
Yes, because if you write it down and something happened and you lose that, you lose your notepad or you lose your phone,
Yeah.
then what? So I think that we have everything here, and we still have a list, but we have the list here rather than a thing. But like I said, that's my personal philosophy and my personal belief. There are a lot of coaches that does stuff like that, but I'm not one of those coaches. I
Yeah.
always say keep things here. You have a vision, you know what it takes. After I show you, or we come up to plan to achieve these goals, whether we do 100 sprints, or
Mhm.
because we do it constantly. So
Yeah.
because we're doing constantly, it becomes part of you. So
Right.
we don't need to write anything down. That's my philosophy. Like I said, not saying that my way is right. I'm saying that's how every coach is different, and that's how I teach. I teach to
It's like how we wake up in the morning and brush our teeth and going to the bathroom is like
yeah.
having a shower. It's like a routine. It's like itself.
Yeah.
I would have
We
to
don't
write
need to
down
write it down.
this.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
don't need to write it down. We know
Yeah.
exactly. I show you, and practice make perfect.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the one to write anything down, actually.
It's like forcing yourself and everything is happening like automatically. It's in a system in place. It's just
Right.
like, right, you wake up and you need to do your sprinting, you need to do your exercise, or you need to do your free throws or any other basketball or any other sports you're doing. It's automatically should happen.
Right. So we
Even
teach
though
each other.
yeah.
Yeah, we teach. We teach what it takes to be successful.
Mhm.
So if everyone is doing 100 free throws,
Yeah.
you shoot 150.
Right.
Or you shoot 250. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you don't do the same thing. Everyone is doing the same thing. You have to get an edge. So you have to. If everyone is waking up at 6 in the morning, you need to wake up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can't do the same thing because you want to outdo everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So like did you like see yourself like a different person on during the lockdown and pandemic? Didn't waken you up with something like you realized few things on your life perspective or learn some lesson along the way during the pandemic? What you been doing on the pandemic side? Obviously you couldn't coach or probably
Well,
couldn't get in the court.
what I did was I became a student of the game. I started
Hmm.
studying more, so I was more on thinking about ways, different drills I come up with, or different plays that I
Yeah.
might do. So I started studying the game more. So the pandemic, as unfortunate it was, um, there's a lot of good thing that came out of it, because I this because I'm always fast paced on the court all the time. So this kind of slow my life down for me to kind of, okay, I become more of a student of the game, studying the game more.
Right.
How can I be a better mentor? How can I be a better coach? How can I be a better, life coach? How can I be a better, you know, um, a better person in
Yeah.
general? So
So
it
constantly
helped.
improving yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
Finding
So
yourself, purpose.
right. So it helped a lot. As sometimes I grew up that you always
Mhm.
try to find um, something good in a bad situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I found out like a lot of people we talk to, like most of them on the pandemic, obviously a lot of people been working from home or they're home, they lost their jobs. Instead of like doing something big or finding out who they are or realizing or getting on the good things, a lot of people put on extra weight, a lot of people didn't get disciplined or anything, watching Netflix, movies, eating junk food, ordering takeaways and things like that. So not like realizing they damaging their body, even though like a worst thing happened was a pandemic. Top of that, with our own action, we're ruining our life. Did you see that like a same thing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I try to practice what I preach. I can't call you and say, hey, you need to get in shape
Yeah.
when I am not, or I'm telling you to do something when I'm not.
Mhm.
So I try to the same thing that I preach, I try to practice it. I try to stay on my same goals. So I see it happen a lot where people, blame the pandemic for being out of shape. And there's no, as
Yeah.
an athlete, there's no excuse to
Yeah.
be out of shape, none whatsoever,
Yeah.
pandemic or not. you can do stuff at home. You can do push-ups, you can do squats, you can do dips, you can do jump rope, you can do anything at home.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse in an athlete, and I say it all the time. There's no excuse to be out of shape. I watch in the Olympics, and I wasn't impressed at all, with the athletes, conditioning or anything,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to wrap up soon. So if you have like last few things you want to share to the audience, and if you want to talk anything about it, you can go ahead, then we can finish the episode for today. Yeah.
Well, and this goes for everyone. Work hard, work smart, and have fun. Once you take the fun out of what you're doing, then it become tedious. You become, so always
Yeah.
remember to whatever you do, try to find the best in it, whether you like it or not. Try to find the best in a bad situation. So work hard, work smart, and have fun.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. Garfield, for having our show and sharing your knowledge to our audience. We really, really appreciate it. And thanks for your time again, for your busy schedule. I hope you have a wonderful year and you're gonna back on track. Everything will get back to normal and everything. So we're gonna wrap up this, Mr. Garfield and audience. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you, everyone.